Now, this is the chart which I have shared even in the email and also in the WhatsApp chat. So he was born on 12th January 1863, 6:30. He has taken time. Achha, it's wrongly written in the book PM. It is AM. Okay? Because in the chart, how will you find it out? See, these things also you have to become. Now, if you see, look at this. He has given this chart. Okay, this chart he has given us. Okay, big mistake. Now he says Lagna is this. Okay, Lagna is this, and Sun is in the next. Okay, means Sun is about to come to Lagna, right? This is number 9. This is sign number 10. Okay. After Sagittarius, definitely this is going to come, right? So, but he has shown AM, PM, sorry, but it should be AM because it is the morning time. Morning time only Sun can be in the Lagna or the second house. Okay. So this are all such things you should decide. Okay? 6:33 a.m. Kolkata, West Bengal. According to my software, I'm getting these details. So we'll follow this only. But at few places, wherever the explanation B V Raman has given, we'll. Now, important here is the ascendant is 26 degree. This is very important. And Sun is 29 degree 25 minutes. It is almost in the next sign. So that's why he has taken it to the next sign, and that's okay. Rahu in 12th house, Venus and Mercury are in second house. Jupiter is the Lagna Lord and it is placed in 11th house, Libra sign. And in the 10th house, Moon and Saturn are there. Mars is in its own house, Mool Trikona Rashi. And Ketu is here in the 6th house. This is the chart. Okay. Now this is the South Indian chart for this same. But if you see, there is a difference chart and in this chart. Okay. The one difference is Sun is here in the Capricorn, whereas in our chart, Sun is coming here. Rest of the things are absolutely same. Hope at least now you can read and understand the South Indian chart also. Understand doesn't matter. You can at least draw North Indian chart based on this. Okay, so this is his chart, North Indian and South Indian. Okay. And we have, this is his moon chart. At many places, B V Raman has discussed his moon chart. How do you make moon chart? No?
Yeah, where the moon is posited in the birth chart.
Yeah. Where is the moon placed? Okay, moon is in
Virgo.
So make a Virgo ascendant chart and place the planets like this only. Then Saturn and Moon are here. Next is Jupiter, then Rahu, then Sun, and then it is mentioned also that ascendant is here. Like Venus, Mercury here, Mars here, and Ketu is here. Okay, beside this, there is a Namancha chart. Now, here there is a variation. In my software, it is coming Scorpio, whereas in his book, he has mentioned Sagittarius. We'll consider Sagittarius. Okay? इसमें ज़्यादा हमको we will not think much about it. Let us see whatever it is. It gives, still it gives the results. Okay? And one planet's position is also little different. Mancha. Here it is, Sun is Capricorn. Okay, whereas I think in mine it is Sagittarius only. And maybe the Mars position. So these two things are, yeah. This is the same Mancha chart we can check here.
Sun is in Sagittarius here.
The Sun should be here and Rahu Ketu also and Mars. So these variations are there, but let it be. We can consider both. Our main idea is to understand how B V Raman is interpreted. Now, important, very important is at many times he says Mars is in the fourth house, like that. Okay, is in the eighth from the ninth. Then that goes this house. Now, how it is done? Now, let us understand Chalit chart also. Chalit chart given in whatever I have shared the PDF with you. In that, after moon and Namancha chart, it is the Chalit or Bhav or Shripati written. This is also known as Chalit chart that's given. Now, how this chart is formed, please try to understand this. This is very important. Okay. If you see in the Swami Vivekananda's horoscope, the ascendant is of 26 degree. Okay. Now, what they say, let us make this 26 degree as a center. Absolutely in the center. So what happens, center of this ascendant is 15 degree. Okay. Now, if you try to make it like this, so they say ki, suppose right now you can think that instead of chart like this, it is like this, 6 degree, little bit on the one side. So let us just drag it like this and make it straight. This is what they want. How they can do is, what I understand from this is, see, ascendant is 26 degree. So slightly, so just rotate it like this little bit. So what you need to do is 36 degree. If you have to make it 15 degree, you have to minus 11 degree. Okay. There is no rule minus 11 degree. Try to put it in the center. Okay. Right. Suppose if someone's chart, the ascendant is 29 degree, then you will minus 14 degree.
14 degree.
Okay. Now suppose someone's chart ascendant is 5 degree, then you will add 10 degree plus 10 degree. Hope this is clear. Okay. This is how Chalit chart is. I just want to explain you the concept with you. Otherwise, all the software, they make it and they give it. And many of the astrologers, they don't even consider. Okay. But just because B V Raman has considered this, we should see, we should learn this aspect also. Now, if you see what happens, make it like this, little bit. So if you turn it like this, then what happens? Sun will come to the lagna, which was not coming here in the lagna. So this, in this chart, Sun was not coming in the lagna. Now it will come. How? Now, when you minus 11 degree, Sun will come. Okay. And even you see, Venus is 7 degree and Mercury is 11 degree. Both will come. They will also come. Come. True. Okay. Then what happens? You see, Moon and Saturn, they'll go to 9th house. 9th house. Okay. And similarly, Mars is just 6 degree. It will go to the 4th house. But remember, whenever we do such changes, their sign is not changed. Their zodiac sign will remain same as the original one. Only houses are being changed. That we have to understand. Similarly, Jupiter will go to 10th house. It is just 4 degree. It will go to 10th house. So now I think this Chalit chart is clear to us.
And Rahu will remain in the 12th house.
Rahu is same because Rahu is 22 degree.
Yes, even if you subtract, it will still stay in the same house.
Yeah. So this is how the placement of planets is changed, but Rashi will not change. And you will consider, so Venus and Mercury will still be there in Capricorn. Mars is in this. Rashi is this. So it's a different concept, but we'll use this chart, so we'll refer. Okay. Now, if you see, these are the highlights. See, we cannot read and understand line by line each, but we can make our notes and then read it. Okay. So from this chart, we can understand that Sagittarius is the Lagna. Clear? And that is the sign of Dharma. The Rashi, Sagittarius. Basically, natural zodiac, it is the ninth. Ninth is religion. Ninth house is of house of religion or dharma. So dharma, and at the same time, it is also the sign of war. It is a war sign. As we studied the same thing in the Hitler's chart. Hitler had 3 planets in the Sagittarius, which was his third house. Remember Moon and Ketu were there. That time also he mentioned the war sign. All we can do is, we are all in the beginning, okay? Astrologica, we are in this class 1 only. So at least just by reading these things again and again, we understand, okay, Sagittarius is a sign of Dharma, Sagittarius is a sign of war. These things should go into our mind. Okay, now it says Varguttam Lagna. Anyone of you explain me what is Varguttam Lagna? Varguttam word. Never mind.
It is Varguttam is something which is best, in the sense it's the section is the best place, right?
120 years related कुछ था ये.
No. Please write down the note. Varguttam means when a planet is in the sign or Lagna also. It is applicable for the Lagna. Planet or Lagna is in the same sign in the main Lagna chart as in the Namancha chart. Both are common. Okay. Now, in my case, it is changing. Never mind. Let us go with the what B V Raman is saying. Okay. Now, if you see in B V Raman, this is Rashi chart. Rashi chart is Lagna chart. Okay. Okay. Now, this is also a good concept. Okay. To understand, for South Indian chart, we can call it Rashi chart because Rashis are fixed. Okay. And in North India chart, we call it Lagna charts because Lagna is fixed. This is always the Lagna, ascendant, okay? And here it is, this first sign is always Aries. So they have, so we can call it all South Indian chart, main Lagna chart, we can call it Rashi chart. And North Indian chart, we can call it Lagna. Okay. So if you see, and this was the Namancha chart. Now, if you see Lagna is here and even in Namancha, Lagna is here. So in both case, it is number 9, Sagittarius. I hope you remember last time we discussed that this is the Aries, number 1. Then this is 3, 6, 9, 12.
Signs.
So this way we can learn easily. So it is not so easy, let me tell you, to for so many days we are doing North Indian chart, and now if I expect from you that you can learn South Indian chart, no, it's not so easy. Take your time. Don't be in hurry. Even I took a lot of time, but there were few books available only in the South Indian chart style. So what I do, in the book only, there is a place I make it a North Indian chart, and with pencil I make it the planets. Okay, and that's okay. Now I hope you all know how to chart. Okay, so Lagna in the Rashi chart and Lagna in the Namancha chart is the same sign. Here the zodiac sign in which they are, that is important. They are same. That is why it is called Varguttam Lagna. Then I think it is very easy in our chart to find out. Then next, if you see Sun is Varguttam. Are you getting it? Sun here is in Capricorn. In Namancha chart, it is also in Capricorn. So Sun is Varguttam, Lagna is Varguttam. Any other planet? We'll check like this. It is easy in this chart to check. No other planet is Varguttam. Okay. So Sun is Varguttam, and then that becomes very auspicious, sort of good quality, which you all were suggesting. That was correct. Okay. It makes that thing powerful. So Varguttam Lagna is one. Sun is placed in Lagna and it is ninth lord. This I have written. Okay, it's not written in his book, but I have mentioned. Now, if you see, yes, in my calculated chart, Sun is coming in the Lagna and Sun is ninth lord. Are you getting it? Because in ninth house it is Leo and Sun is Leo. Okay, so now ninth lord is placed in Lagna. Becomes important. That is the house of dharma, house of religion. Okay. Similarly, if you see, otherwise also the Sagittarius sign is in the Lagna. So dharma, basically, Kim, do you know anything about Swami Vivekananda?
I don't know.
He was the very famous. This is his picture. He was a very famous Indian religious leader.
Oh, okay.
Lectured in Chicago, 11 September 19 something. Some date is there. I'll show you. Yeah. In 1893, he gave the lecture about Hindu religion, and then the Western people started taking interest in Hindu, and they understood what Hindu philosophy is. That's the Indian Dharma. Okay. So he has done a very great job for India and for this Hindu religion, for our religion. Otherwise, before that, no one in the Western country they were knowing about it. Okay.
I want to ask the sign of Dharma. I mean by the dictionary. I mean by the dictionary, I know what is Dharma, but here, how to explain Dharma here?
Dharma is a sign of religion. And
sign of religion. Okay.
Just go through all the significator of ninth house. I have given you the full list.
Yeah, you give
the separate list. Okay, though maybe we haven't discussed much, but that is all about dharma. That is, dharma means religion.
Okay.
And righteous act, virtue. Part like that.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Okay, now Sun is placed in the Lagna and it is in ninth lord. So it becomes very important, the dharma part, the religious part. He was the leader known as religious leader. Okay, so religion is coming very important. And he was basically a monk. Indian monk. So here we use the word sannyasi. Sannyasi means monk, the one who doesn't get married and he's totally into religion. That is known as sannyasi. Okay. Now, sun is Vargottam. We just saw two planets are Vargottam, means Lagna is Vargottam and sun is Vargottam. So, sun is like king. Sun's Karak Tattva, if you read, if you study sun's significator, then sun is like
King like.
moon is queen. Remember? Mars, commander, army chief, like that. Now, sun is placed in Lagna, then his personality may, he'll be having some quality of sun and quality like king. Quality, because sun can give king like quality, authority. Okay. Though he was a sannyasi means a monk, but he had that personality was just like king like. If you see the way he used to cover his head, this picture I have taken different. Okay, no other picture. You can find it out on Google. So he used to dress up like a king. Though sannyasi, but he used to dress up well. Okay. Rich, you can say rich. Okay, now Lagna Lord Jupiter. Now, first we'll see what sign. See how a person's personality is decided. First, the Rashi, the zodiac sign is here. Next, the planet placed in it. And if they are Vargotam, they both are Vargotam, so strong personality. Then next is, where is the Lagna Lord? That is also important. The Lagna Lord Jupiter is in 11th house. Okay. And who is expecting that Lagna Lord? That is also important. All these things, then it makes his personality complete. Now Mars from here is expecting Jupiter. Okay, so Lagna Lord Jupiter is expected by Mars. It gives him athletic form. Okay, he has a good build. Venus exalted in Namancha. This is a separate thing. Means it's not personality related. It is a separate point. Now Venus is exalted in Namancha. That makes a person very pure. As I told, he was a monk and very respected, regarded monk. Means even Indian people still remember, and he has played very important role for Indian Hindu reason, you can say. Now, Venus is exalted in Namancha. Let us check Namancha chart. This is the Namancha chart. Okay. Venus is in which sign?
Pisces.
And it gets exalted here. Okay. I think South Indian chart, it is easy to see. Yes. It's 12. Venus will be exalted here. Mercury will be exalted here. Like that. Anyways, Venus is exalted. So that makes him a pure personality. Venus is the significator for marriage. And Namancha is also the chart of spouse, right?
Yes.
And he was unmarried, monk, and very pure. So Venus exalted, and it gets exalted in Jupiter's sign only. Okay, so that shows the purity of his character, sort of. Now, next quality we are seeing is born orator. If you see, Kim, if you want to listen, we can share his speech. That was very important speech in 1893, which he gave in Chicago. It's available on YouTube also. Look at his voice, very heavy, very powerful voice he had. Now we can find the reason for that in his chart is that the second house is a speech. Remember, house is speech. Now in his Lagna chart, Mercury is in second house. Mercury is also the planet of his speech. Now you have to refer all the significators. Mercury is the planet of speech. Let's say Mercury is in ninth. Remember, such people are good in speaking. Remember, fourth house Mercury, they know how to speak, what to speak, when to speak. Similarly, when we know second house is of speech and Mercury is there, so Mercury is the planet of communication. Mercury is the planet of speech. So it can give good oratory skills. Now Jupiter. Now how will you see the chart? See, so you can imagine we need to spend 2-3 days just to understand the chart because all these 3-4 charts are important. Now he has taken Jupiter is second to moon. Then there is a moon chart. From moon chart, if we see, Jupiter is in the second. And Jupiter makes good oratory skill, both Jupiter and Mercury. They both are teacher, basically. Remember, that is, he was a born orator. And he's known for his speech only. The speech, the lecture he gave in Chicago. Now, intelligence. For intelligence, we have to check fifth house. Now, Jupiter's aspect on fifth house. Jupiter, the Lagna Lord, is aspecting fifth house. So, Jupiter is the planet of intelligence. Now, Mars is already there. Mars energy has been channelized in spirituality. See, one important thing I want you all to understand, we know that Jupiter is aspecting Mars and Mars is aspecting Jupiter. But when we were discussing the Lagna part, here we just said Mars is aspecting Jupiter. The Lagna Lord is aspected by Mars. So Mars quality, the athletic build he had. Now, when we talking about fifth house, then who else is aspecting fifth house? Then we consider that Jupiter is aspecting Mars. See, this way we should see the chart. Okay. Now Jupiter's aspect fifth house and Mars energy has been channelized in spirituality. Otherwise, you can say Mars is a malefic or negative planet, though it is in its own house so powerful, and it is trine lord also. Mars and Jupiter, they are trine lord. Even Sun is trine lord. So in that way, all the trine lord in trines or Jupiter is aspecting its own fifth house. So that's a good thing. Now Jupiter's aspect on Mars has channelized its power in spirituality. When Mars is aspecting Jupiter, we are saying that his Lagna, his personality was athletic. Mars is giving its. Now, when Jupiter is aspecting this, Jupiter is giving its spirituality to Mars. So that way, Jupiter and Mars aspect is in a way good here because both are trine lords. Now, there's one more factor. He is short-lived. He didn't complete even 40 years and he is still known. He is very well-known personality in Indian history. Okay. So he said that I will not complete. He told his disciples that I will not complete 40. So when he was 39 years plus some months, he passed away. Now for that also they have given reason. The eighth lord is the house of death. Remember? Okay. And eighth lord, eighth house, there is a number 4, Cancer. Its lord is moon. And Saturn is Ayukarka. Saturn is basically, if you remember the significator of houses, Saturn is the 8th house significator. They both are together conjunct. Here, the 8th lord and Saturn, that's why he said he short-lived. But you and me, we can't derive anything like this. So never ever try to do it. This we were warned when we were taught in the courses. They said never ever try to find out age of a person who is alive. Only you have to practice. Then those who are diseased, only for them we should check all such things. Never mind. Let us discuss few events. There are several important events in his life, but from this book, I have just taken 3 events and we are just discussing that only. 1884, his father passed away. He was born in 63. Okay, somewhere it is written. Yeah. He was born in 63 and in 80, if you read his biography, you'll know that that was a very first difficult time for him. In 1884, just when he was just 20 years old, not even he completed 21, or maybe so January born na, complete ho gaya hoga. So when at the age of 21, his father passed away. So all the burden of bread and butter earning and all that was also on his shoulder. The next event important was his Chicago lecture that happened to be in 1993 when he was 30 years old. Okay. And before completion of 40 years, he moved away. He passed away. These 3 events, we are just going to see what B V Raman has written in his book. 1884, when his father passed away, it was Rahu Mahadasha and Ketu Antardasha. He writes like Ketu Bhukti and Rahu Dasha Bhukti. So actually it is always, whenever a person is going through Rahu Mahadasha Ketu Antardasha or Ketu Mahadasha Rahu Antardasha, that is very difficult time for all. It's very common thing, you can check. Even it is applicable for Pratantra Dasha also. Mahadasha could be anything, but if someone is having Rahu sub period and Ketu Pratantra period, then also that particular time is difficult. Like my sister got fractured. At that time, Mahadasha could be of some planet, but Antardasha and Pratantradasha was Rahu and Ketu. And fracture is just a 1-minute job. Okay? And recovery took 4 months bed rest. 1 full year it took just to recover properly. So if such thing you can see Rahu and Ketu Antardasha Bhukti, you can ask a person, you can warn a person that this is going to be a tough time, difficult time, be careful. That is what an astrologer is supposed to. We should warn the person also. Means, yes, this is a difficult time. This is what astrology is study behind. Okay, we have to tell the person, okay, this is the good time, this is the bad time. From astrological point of view, this is just this paragraph I have taken from the book only. The first and the foremost important event is the death of Vivekananda's father in 1884. This occurred in Ketu Bhukti Rahu Dasha. Mars, whose results Rahu should give, is in the 8th from the 9th house of father. How it is. Okay, how? Let us understand this. And 12th from Pitrukar. Okay. So first we'll see Mars and Rahu both. Okay. So let us understand this. This is the chart, Bhava chart. In that, not in the Lagna chart, Bhava chart, Mars was moved to this. Now, from this aspect, if you see, this is the 9th house. From here, if you calculate, this goes in the 8th. This is 9th. Okay. Count from here. 1. That's why I have made this arrow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 houses of death. Okay. So we are seeing his father's death. Father is considered by 9th house. So from 9th house, Mars is in the 8th. Now what it says, this occurred in Ketu and Rahu Dasha. Okay. Now Mars, whose results Rahu should give. Why Rahu should give Mars result?
Because Rahu is expecting Mars. 5th aspect.
Correct. Or the other way, Mars is becoming like Mars, whose results Rahu should give. Means Mars is superior in this case, and Rahu has to do his, right? Okay. So now understand who is Rahu's dispositor.
Mars.
Okay. And remember, in the Lagna chart, Mars is placed here. From here, Mars is aspecting this. And remember that combination, Adhishthit Rashi Drishti Samman. Rahu is aspected by its dispositor, which is Mars. So it is Mars who is powerful, and he can get any done by Rahu. Now, being it is Mars is in the 8th house from 9th. From father's house, Mars is in the 8th. It can cause death. But he himself is not going to give. Who is doing his work? He is asking, or is getting the work done from Rahu, because it is happening in Rahu Dasha. Why Rahu will listen to him? The reason is Mars is its dispositor and Mars is expecting it. Little thoda sa complicated, but then that's okay. Yeah, Rahu's Mahadasha, Rahu's in Scorpio, Mars sign, and expected by Mars, hence Rahu will give Mars result. Mars is in the 8th house, that is the Mrityu. From the 9th house, which is. And there's one more point is written, and 12th from the Pitrakarak. Ashna, ruko ek minute. Okay. And 12th from the Pitrakarak. Who is 12th from the Pitrakarak? Rahu. What is Pitrakarak? Pitrakarak is always sun. Remember, sun's significator. Sun represents father. Pitrakarak means father. Father ka significant. Pitru. P or niche. Pitrakarak, you just say father. Okay. The sun is father. Now, from father, if you see, Rahu is placed in the 12th house. Remember, 12th house is always loss. So, we are looking at both aspects. We are looking by the 9th lord, which is fathers, related to father. And we are also looking the fixed significator for father. Whenever you are looking anything for father, you should look at sun. Anything related to mother, you must see moon. anything related to siblings, brothers, you must see Mars. So those significators, the separate file, remember that we have to now learn. And okay. So from Sun, Rahu is placed in 12th house. So it can cause loss of father. So that's the reason in the Rahu Mahadasha, this has happened. Okay. Then next comes, this is little difficult for the mancha, that this portion I have used separate slide to show. But right now, Rahu is in 12th, that is the house of loss from Sun, that is Pitrakarak. If this is okay, then I'll move ahead. The last, these 3-4 lines, I have used another slide. Ashna, any question?
Ma'am, like for the Adishtra, जो वो वाला था,
Adishthit Rashi, Drishti Sambandh. Yes.
हाँ जी. In this, Mars is in 4th house, but like
No. Don't consider this. Don't consider this. Remember this.
okay.
Anna, the main chart, not the Chalit chart. So it is little. It's not so easy.
Okay, 8th aspect.
And
ठीक है.
okay. हाँ.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes B V Raman is taking this chart, and sometimes he is considering Chalit chart.
Mm.
Now we have 4 charts to consider. Na chart 1, then moon chart, then Namansha chart, and then Chalit chart. This way, if you analyze a horoscope, it will take time, but you will have some idea. Okay. Now next portion I'm coming. In the Namansha, Rahu is in 7th from the 9th. And the Pitrakarak. Now remember Marka house. What are Marka house? 2 and 7. And even the planets posited in 2 and 7, they are Marka. Now, right now we are discussing his father's death. So we are considering 9th house ka Marka. Marka for father, not for Lagna, but for father. So 9th house. Okay, now Ketu, the sublord, is in 6th from Pitrakarak and is in 9th from the Lagna Mancha. These positions are enough to deprive the native of his father. So last 3-4 lines I'm covering in this chart. Okay? Now this is the Namansha chart, right? This is the Namansha chart. In the Namansha chart, Rahu Mahadasha, Rahu in the Namansha chart, Rahu is 7th from the 9th house. This is the 9th house. Ketu is already there. Okay. And this is what all has happened in Rahu Ketu. Now Ketu is there and Rahu is here. We are considering house also. Ashna, so far we were discussing only the sign from Namansha, but in this case he is discussing house also. House, the Marka house will be 7th. And from here, the 7th house is Rahu is placed. Namansha, Rahu is 7th, that is Marka from the 9th. So Rahu can kill his father. Now, and in that is again Marka. Karak, Pitrakarak means son. That is, Pitrakarak means father. The planet which denotes father, that is sun. From sun, it is in 2nd house. Remember, 2nd is also Marka and 7th is Marka. But look at the way, we are not looking at a Lagna wise. No, we are looking for the 9th house because we are discussing his father. Now, Ketu Bhukti, main chart, the 6th house. This is Namanja, not this main chart. Okay, this chart. Okay. Now here Ketu is, and if you see Sun is in the Lagna. Okay. So from Sun to Ketu, Sun is father. From there, Ketu is 6th. That is the enemy house. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6th house is the enemy house. So Ketu can become enemy for Sun. That is the reason. The Ketu, the sublord, is in the 6th from Pitrakarak. The 9th from Lagna Namancha means there's a Namancha chart from here, it is in the 9th house. Can give results related to 9th house. That is the father's. Okay. In the main chart, it says Ketu is in the 6th house, that is the enemy from the Pitrakarak. So from Lagna chart, it shows that Ketu is the enemy for father, and in the Namancha chart, it is placed in the father's house. So in the Ketu Bhukti, this can happen. So this way he has nicely explained his father's death. Next, one more thing. I have used my software. Okay. So the dates, maybe little bit variation could be there in my software and what he used, because they use a different system. There are two different systems known in India. So maybe now North Indian people are using little different. So little variation could be there. But if you see in the Rahu Mahadasha, that this is the Ketu Antardasha, and it was happening in December 1884 to 1885, or maybe it could be this, but doesn't matter. It is matching within the Rahu. It is Ketu Bhukti. This is what he has written. Rahu Ketu Bhukti, his father passed. Then after the Rahu Dasha got over, it came Jupiter Dasha, and he gave his lecture in the Jupiter Dasha. Jupiter is its Lagna Lord. Jupiter is the planet of spirituality. Remember in my initial slides only, I said Venus is for materialistic pleasure and Jupiter is for spiritual pleasure. Spirituality. Okay, now 11th September 1893, he gave lecture in the Chicago. That was now Jupiter Mahadasha and Jupiter Antardasha Bhukti. This is what coming in my software, but he says it was Jupiter Mahadasha and Saturn Bhukti. Little bit variation, but I can satisfy this thing with both. Okay, so he left India for America in May 1893, just before the end of Jupiter Bhukti in Jupiter Dasha. Means in Jupiter Dasha Bhukti, he left for America, because those days they were traveling through this ship, not by air, they were traveling through ship. He addressed the Parliament of Religions in Chicago in September 1893 in the sub-period of Saturn. In Vivekananda's horoscope, Saturn, Rahu, Jupiter. These are the tripod of spiritual life. Jupiter, the major lord, Mahadasha Jupiter Katha, and is in the constellation of Mars. Now this is what we have to check in detail, that Jupiter is in Mars Nakshatra. Constellation means Nakshatra. Okay. Jupiter is in Chitra Nakshatra, and Chitra Nakshatra is owned by Mars. How will you see? I can't, I don't expect you to remember all these, but let me show you his chart, then you'll understand. This is. You can see this chart. Okay, this is what I made and I sent you. Okay, now in this chart, Jupiter is here, but how will you see nakshatra? Just scroll down and come down, and here if you see Jupiter is here. This is the nakshatra name, your constellation. It is Chitra. Then here it is written Rashi Lord, that is Venus, because it is in Libra. And then this is nakshatra Lord next to it. That is Ma, that is Mars. If you go through my slides where I have mentioned, okay, these nakshatras Lord is this. Okay, so Chitra nakshatra comes under Mars. So this is how we see, and they also show some, some reference they give. We should always check, not now, maybe after 6 months of practicing this thing, you should also start looking at that, okay, these are the planets and they are in this nakshatra.
Ma'am, what is the full form of this SL? This is
Sublord. नक्षत्र का सबलॉर्ड ये केपी में यूज करते हैं यूज इन केपी I don't know KP.
Okay.
Don't use KP. KP system is a different system of astrology. Astrology has several branches. And this is sub-lord. You consider this also. Okay. So I just wanted you to know how to check. Then Jupiter is in Chitra Nakshatra, that is owned by Mars. And Saturn, ye bhi aayega. Saturn is in Hasta Nakshatra, and Hasta Nakshatra is owned by Moon. Okay. And this combination, otherwise also we can see this influence is already there. If you see in chart, it's nakshatra, you don't need to check. It is already there. Mars is anyways respecting Jupiter. Okay. And Saturn and Moon are anyways together. So they are in each other's nakshatra also. Okay. Now let us see the lecture part. In Vivekananda's says ki Saturn, Rahu and Jupiter, these three planets were the reason behind its spiritual life. Okay. The dharma part you can consider as a spiritual life also. That can be considered that way. The major lord, Jupiter, is in the constellation of Mars, and Mars is ruling 12th. Here we'll consider 12th house and the planet posited in 12th house by the foreign country, because he went out, okay, out of the country and to give this lecture. Okay. So whenever we talk about foreign travels or foreign country, that is always 12th house. Now we'll see the relation to this. And the constellation of Mars, and Mars is ruling the 12th, while Saturn is in Hasta, ruled by Moon. Now if you see, this is the Jupiter's, he says in Saturn, within this Jupiter Saturn Bhukti he went, but in my calculation it is coming Jupiter Bhukti only. Then that's okay. Okay, now this is just in Hindi I have shown just to, because here the dates are more clear. In English portion, there is no gap here, but here I have gap. That's why I've shown Jupiter mein Saturn, and then I have pointed out Jupiter mein Sun, because this second one is when he died. Here he gave the lecture, and after few years after that he died. So this also we'll consider. So I think now why Jupiter, these three, Saturn, Rahu, Jupiter, these three were the reason behind his spiritual life and why he gave lecture out of country, okay, which became very popular still even today. So see the connection. Rahu is in 12th house. Okay. And wait, main chart. Yeah. Rahu is in 12th house. 12th house is a foreign country. Okay. Saturn placed in 10th, but aspecting 12th house. Saturn's third aspect is on 12th house in foreign related thing. Okay. Now, why Jupiter? Jupiter is the main lord. So Jupiter is aspected by Mars, and Jupiter is in Mars constellation, Mars nakshatra, and Mars his 12th lord. So all these factors otherwise have made him a spiritual life also, and he gave lecture out of the country. 12th house. Rahu itself is the reason for foreign travels, foreign this thing. Acha, now Saturn and Moon, why they are spiritual. We are thinking Saturn is one of the malefic planet, how it can be. Then there is a yoga. If you see, then it says sannyas yoga also. Whenever Saturn and Jupiter are together, it sometimes makes sannyas yoga. The person is not interested in family life, they are more interested in spiritual life. So this is how even Rahu can cause, not only Ketu. People think Ketu is in 12th. No, not only Ketu, Rahu can also make a person spiritual life, but Rahu is causing his spirituality in foreign country. Okay, now Jupiter is spirituality karak. Otherwise also Jupiter is significator of spirituality, and it is also the Lagna Lord. So this is happening in Jupiter Mahadasha. Saturn is from Sannyas Yoga, hence spirituality. Saturn and Jupiter, when they are together, the person is not interested much in material life, more in spirituality. Okay, now the last event. I hope you are getting something. 5%, 10%.
Yes, ma'am.
This is
Then
interesting.
that's okay. It is very difficult for me to understand. Never mind.
Oh, it's very interesting.
3 days
Very interesting.
initially. Then I picked few events and then I made these slides so that I can explain you in the class. Okay, now this is when he died. Okay. Jupiter Mahadasha major period and Venus Antardasha. Now, in my calculation, it is coming Venus Antardasha, but B V Raman is saying it is Sun Bhukti. Never mind, both. So even B V Raman has proved it with Sun, but even Venus we can prove it. So it's not so. See, when the event is happened, anyone can prove. Try to understand. And if we have to predict something for the future, that's not so easy. We'll say possibilities are there. Possibilities are there. Okay. And death like things we are not going to predict anyhow, but is given. So for standing for our knowledge, we are going through this. Okay. Now, the last and the most tragic event was, of course, his untimely death in the prime of life on 4th July 1902. He didn't even complete 40 years, 39 years and few months, maybe 6 months, in the sub period of the sun in Jupiter. He says sun in Jupiter. So here, this is the Jupiter, sun is here. And yeah, it is coming. Okay. Sun dasha, correct. Venus का जरूरी नहीं है. Venus. Okay, 1902 could be a few months difference is coming. For in my software, Venus is coming, but he says sun. Then that's okay. Few months, that's okay. Jupiter is undoubtedly a marka. Look at this. We'll consider Jupiter as a Lagna Lord. How can it be marka? But it has proved. We'll see. Because he owns the 7th from the Chandra. Here comes the importance of moon chart. It's very, very important. 50% time, percentage importance should be given to moon chart. This is the moon chart. Here the situation changes. Jupiter is 7th Lord, Marka house, and placed in 2nd house, another Marka house. So Jupiter can kill. Now we are considering his own death. Earlier when we were discussing his father's death, then that was from the 9th. Okay. It's not in our hand. We are not going to do it for any chart, but it's given. Let us understand, just for our knowledge we are doing it. Jupiter is Marka. In moon chart, Jupiter is in 7th Lord and is in 2nd house. So both are Marka house. Remember, it is both 2nd Lord, 7th Lord, plus the planets posited there. They all play the role of Marka. Both 7th and 2nd are Marka. Jupiter is another important thing. This you should also see in any chart. Jupiter is in between Rahu and Saturn. That is called Papkartri. You see Jupiter, one side is Rahu, another side is Saturn. Means it has two neighbors and both are malefic. That is called Papkartri. Kartri means, and anyways, Rahu is moving backward. Rahu is going to gulp it, and Saturn is moving forward. It's like Kartri is like scissor. One is coming from this, one is coming from this. It is going to cut. So this is a very important aspect. Whenever we are analyzing a chart, we should check this. So it's written, Jupiter is undoubtedly a Marka because he owns the 7th from the Chandra Lagna, occupies the 2nd, being subjected to Papkartari Yoga. Papkartari Yoga because it is in between Rahu and this. So this thing, this is the paragraph I have taken from the book, is as it is. And then I have explained it like this. Next is Sun. In the Namancha, he owns the 7th from the Chandra Lagan. Okay. Another important thing is it is going on only Jupiter, and it is in 12th from the Lagna. Okay. 12th from the Lagna is some other planet. Okay. Thoda sa, I think some typing mistake is there. And again, the Sun is in the 2nd from the Lagna with the 7th Lord Mercury. Okay, that's okay. Both Sun and Venus are in 2nd Lord, 2nd house. So they can be Marka. That's true. Okay, now in Namancha, he owns the 2nd from the Chandra Lagan. That we have to understand. Namancha chart. This is the Namancha chart. Okay. And it says, yeah, we are talking about Sun. From Moon, it is 7th. He says like this. And it is again the second house. This way. And it is 2nd from Jupiter also. Sun. This is all about Sun. So Sun is in 2nd from the Lagna and with 7th Lord, that is Mercury. Therefore, even though according to medical opinion, death was due to heart failure, The end was certainly peaceful as the 8th house is completely free from affliction. You have Faldipika, there is a full chapter given on 8th house and death and cause of death and everything is given. I never read these things, but that clearly says that if there is a planet in 8th house, malefic planet, then the death could be with some weapon, with some accident, something like that. Okay, but there is no planet in his 8th house, so his death was peaceful.
Ma'am, I have a question. If there is Rahu with Mars in the 8th house and the Lagna, and the 8th house is a Lagna house.
8th house is Lagna house, means Venus.
Scorpio.
Venus.
Scorpio.
Rahu and Mars.
Rahu and Mars is the Lagna house. That is Scorpio. 8th house is the house of the Scorpio.
No. Your things are
No?
clear.
Okay, I'll take it.
Just tell me which planets are when we talk about 8th house is like in his chart. This is his chart. 8th house is this. It is empty.
No, it's not here. It is in the that is Rahu and Mars in the Lagna. Then it is not the 8th house. Sorry.
No. Then that is the sign you are talking about. That is the Scorpio sign.
Scorpio. That's right. That's right.
So no, we are talking about 8th house. 8th house can sometimes show you. All I can say is if somehow Ketu is there, then the death will be sudden.
Yeah, mostly it is.
Ketu is the planet of sudden. Okay, so this is all about Sun. 12th Lord is in moon chart. Okay, in this moon chart, Sun is 12th Lord and it is placed in 7th from the moon. From the moon, it is placed 7th, not here, but he says Namancha chart. So how will you check this much? This we are not going to check. But yes, in Namancha chart, it is placed in the 7th. See, 2 and 7 are Marka. That concept is, we can get some clarity from this particular horoscope. So these are his dashas. Started with Moon Dasha, then Mars, Rahu, and then Jupiter Dasha. And before completion of Jupiter Dasha, this full Dasha is given to you. And that's all. Stop. Shall I stop recording?